Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Ceefashion Academy. In this particular tutorial, I'm going to be teaching us how to make a corset bustier using a simple straight dart bustier. Yes, you heard me right. I'm going to be teaching you how to make a corset bustier using a simple straight dart bustier, guys. So make sure you focus, make sure you concentrate, and make sure you watch the video to the end. If you've not bought our book, make sure you do buy this book because it's very important. Thanks.
So today I'm going to be teaching us how to make a corset using a straight dart bustier method. So what I mean is that I'm first going to teach us how to make a straight dart bustier, then we now convert it to a corset bustier. Okay, so the first thing you do normally whenever you want to cut is for you to fold. You understand? You fold with your highest circumference divided by 4 plus extra 5 to 10 inches depending on what you are making. So in this case, the highest circumference here is 36 inches. So 36 inches divided by 4 is going to be giving us 9 inches. So that 9 inches plus 5 is going to be giving us 14 inches. So it means that we have to fold 14 inches. Are you saying it? It means that we have to fold 14 inches this way. Look at it, fold it and keep it this way. But there's something about what we are making. We are making a corset bustier, and in most cases we usually use our pattern paper to make it. Do you understand? So that means even if you are not folding, there is no need of folding. You can just use your pattern paper this way, so as for you not to waste your pattern paper. Do you understand? Whatever you get here, you are still going to use it and place in your fabric and then cut, thereby adding half inch allowance on all sides. So first of all, these are our measurements. We have a shoulder of 14 inches. We have bust length of 10 inches. That is from shoulder to nipple point, and the circumference of the bust is 35 inches. So we have under bust length of 13 inches and under bust circumference of 30 inches, and we have a waist length of 16 inches and a waist circumference of 29 inches. So we have the blouse length, which is 22 inches, and we have the blouse hip, that is the circumference of where the blouse stops, that is 36 inches. Okay, so next thing we are going to be doing now is we are going to be marking out the vertical measurements. Do you understand? So what are the vertical measurements? Vertical measurement is from shoulder to the bust length, from shoulder to the under bust, from shoulder to the waist length, and from shoulder to the blouse length. So let's do that, guys. So from shoulder to the bust point is 10 inches. But there's something I really want to teach us here. As we are marking 10 inches, please put extra half inch. Now this half inch is going to make it 10.5. Now what is this half inch for? Is you guys already know that whenever you're making a dress, you need half inch to close your shoulder part. Do you understand? So that, let's say for example now, the under bust is 10, under bust length is 10. I did not put extra half, making it 10.5. When you finish making your dress, you notice that your bustier is no longer going to be from shoulder to the under bust is no longer going to be 10, rather it's going to be 9.5. So if not taking care, you notice that your bustier is not going to be reaching at where it's supposed to stop. Do you understand? So that's why you need to put extra half inch to every of your vertical measurements. So let's do that. 10.5. Okay, make sure you mark it out into 2. Are you saying it? I'm marking it out into 2 to get the 10.5 again. Now the reason why we're marking it out into 2 is that most cases when you mark only one, you might end up making a mistake and keeping your rule like this. Are you seeing? When you keep it like this, you now get a line that is not straight. So marking it out into 2 helps you get a very straight horizontal line like this. Are you saying it? Okay, so this is the bust length. So let's get to the under bust length. The under bust length is 13 inches. So you don't just mark 13 inches, you mark 13.5. So make sure you get the second point, 13.5. Okay, so let's get the waist point. The waist point is 16 inches, that is 16.5. So let's get it again, 16.5. So the blouse length, which is 22. Are you saying it? Please, depending on the dress you are making, you can go ahead to add extra 2 inches allowance for hemming. Do you understand? But if you're making a dress that doesn't need much allowance for hemming, you already know what to do. Is that you add half or even leave it that way. Do you understand? So for the sake of this particular tutorial, I'm going to be adding extra 2 inches. Okay, 22 plus 2 inches, which is 24. So now we have gotten, all we need to do is to take our straight rule and then connect all of them. Okay, so now that we have connected them, now I want to show you guys what we have here. This is the shoulder line. Are you seeing it? This is the bust length, this is the under bust length, and this is the waist length, This one is the blouse length. Okay, blouse length. And this is the hemming allowance, yeah, or folding allowance. So guys, the next thing we are going to be doing now is to get our bust span. Hope you guys know what bust span is. Bust span can also be called the nipple to nipple. That is the distance from the left nipple to the right nipple, vice versa from the right nipple to the left nipple. So for a bust of 35, the bust span is supposed to be how many inches? Okay, so 7 inches. So as you guys know, this material is more like folded into 2 bars, so we have to divide the 7 by 2. So 7 divided by 2 is how many? 3.5. So guys, I want you to make sure you take this 3.5, make sure you take it all the way down. 3.5, take it all the way down. This is actually the bust span. I know in most cases we usually add extra ½ inch. Do you understand? But whenever you're using a pattern paper, don't bother yourself about adding extra ½ inch. Do you understand? Because at the end of the day, when you are placing it on your material, you are still going to add that ½ inch on the material. Is that well understood? Okay, so now let's continue. So use your rule and connect, guys. Use your rule and they connect. Okay, so after you are done connecting, the next thing you need to do for me now is you need to construct the bustier itself. Remember I said this is a straight dart bustier first. Do you understand? So let's construct the straight dart bustier. And whenever you want to construct a bustier is all about the darts. I used to say you need the upper dart and you need the lower dart. The upper dart is the dart at the shoulder line, while the lower dart is the dart at the underbust length line. Do you understand? Okay, now for a bust of 35, what are we going to be using for the darts in order to form the bustier? How many? Okay, now when you say 1, it means 1 on each side. Do you understand? That means total of how many? 2 inches. Okay, so let's do that. So let's go to the upper side and mark out 1 inch. From here you mark out 1 inch, then from here you mark out 1 inch. Okay, then let's go to the underbust length side. From here you mark out 1 inch, and from here you mark out 1 inch, making it a total of how many? 2 inches. So next thing we need to do is to connect like this. Please make sure you connect like from here down to the nipple points. Are you seeing it? Then from here down to where again? Nipple points. Okay, so when you are done doing it like this, you also need to connect from here to here, from here to here. You can do that using your free hands. Do you understand? You can do that using your corset, or you can also do that using your broomstick. So whichever one you want to use, that is okay by me. So let's continue, guys. Okay, so let me use my broomstick to do it. Look at it. Are you guys seeing it? So let's also do the same thing this side. Are you guys seeing it here? Okay, so the next thing you need to do is to take down your dart. Do you understand? Take down your dart. You guys remember what I taught you guys in the previous class? Normally you're supposed to use how many? 1 inch all the way down. Do you understand? I told you guys when to use 1 inch all the way down, and also I taught you when to reduce it. Okay, so use 1 inch all the way down this way. 1 inch all the way down. All the way down. So look at it. Are you seeing it? You do like this. Look at it. Let me teach you guys. Okay. Are you seeing it here? Okay, now let me teach you guys something. This side is the side when we are cutting we have to remove it. I've taught you guys that you can go ahead also not to use 1 inch here. You can go ahead to use ½ inch here, go ahead to use ½ inch here. Do you understand? Thereby when you are marking out this particular line, it's not going to be straight, rather it's going to be coming towards this side. But all these things are dependent on the shape which we have here around the hip region. Do you understand? Or it's also dependent on the shape of the person's tummy. If the person's tummy is big in a way that it can't be controlled by marking it out straight like this, do you understand? That is when you can also go ahead to use your half. Do you understand? So as to make accommodations for the stomach. Do you understand? If the hip is too big, such that when you finish drafting it, it's looking so awkward by the side, you can also go ahead to do that. But the person have an average or a typical shape such that the hip is moderate and there is no stomach, the person has flat tummy, you can go ahead and just mark it straight this way. Is that well understood? Okay. So next thing we are going to be doing now is we are going to be marking out our shoulder, stroke the neck and armhole. Do you understand? That is what we are going to be doing. But in order to start that first, look at it. In order to start that, there's something we are going to be doing. We are going to be joining from here down to here. Do you guys understand? We are going to be joining from here down to here. So in order for you to do it, you can use your scissors and cut it out, or you can also go ahead to fold it out. Now look at it. Connect the two darts. That is the meaning of this. Connect the two darts. So use your tape like this. Are you seeing it? And hold it. The essence of this is to close the dart so that when you impute your shoulder measurement, it will not, like this dart won't take it. Do you understand? That is the essence of this. So let's continue, guys. So now there's something I'm going to be teaching you when you are making a straight dart bustier, and that thing is very, very important. Now look at this. Now did you guys notice something around here? Do you guys notice that here is wider than here? Are you seeing it? Here is actually wider than here. And let me teach you guys something. If you want to impute your shoulder measurement on a straight dart bustier, that is my experience. If you want to put, don't start from here. Do you guys understand? The reason why I say you shouldn't start from here is because I've gotten so much experiences that when I start from here, at the end of the day, when I finish making my dress, I now notice that my neck or shoulder is now wider. Do you understand? Instead of my, let's say I use 14 inches as my shoulder, I will end up seeing something like 17 inches, 18 inches, which is so wide and big. Thereby, if you want to correct it, you might end up messing up your dress, because obviously the neck will also be wider. So in order to do that, whatever, how do I say it? Whichever kind of neck you want to make, see what I mean. Let's say now I want to use a round neck. Do you understand? And the depth of my round neck is 4 inches. Are you seeing it? Look at it. 4 inches. It means that I'm going to start measuring my shoulder from that 4 inches. Let me repeat it. Wherever your depth neck is stopping is where you measure your shoulder measurement. Do you understand? Is where you place it. So now my shoulder measurement is 14. So I'm marking it from here. Are you seeing it? 14. Are you seeing it? That is it. Now there's something you can go ahead to put extra half inch, but even if you still don't put extra half inch, like I said it already, there's something about a straight dart bustier that the shoulder most cases wants to always increase. You understand? So even if you don't put extra half inch, it's all good. Do you understand? But for the sake of this particular tutorial, I'm going to go ahead to put it. Okay, so next thing we are about doing now is to draw a straight line. Are you seeing it? Draw a straight line like this. Okay, now you have drawn a straight line. Next thing we need to do is to slope the shoulder. You guys know why we are sloping the shoulder? You must slope the shoulder because I have never seen any individual that the shoulder is not slanted in any way. Do you understand? Shoulder is slanted from the neck down to the tip of the shoulder. So in order to do that, remember I said from the neck, and we have our standard neck width. Standard neck width is how many? 3 inches. And if you look at this, from here to here is approximately almost 3. Do you understand? So we are going to be slanting from here. But in order for you to slant, you have to first of all slope by how many? 1 inch. Okay, so look at it. Are you guys seeing it? Okay, now I want to make this thing clear. You don't slope from wherever your neck width stops. You don't do that. Sometimes it will work for you, sometimes it will not work for you. That is why when some persons slope from wherever their neck width stops, at the end of the day, they now start noticing that their neck is moving out from the neck down to the shoulder. Do you understand? And they want to shape it. This is because they did not start their neck sloping from the standard neck width, which is 3 inches or 2.5. Do you understand? They started it from wherever their neck width stops. So make sure you don't do that in order to avoid those such errors. So next thing we are going to be doing now is, now we have sloped, let's form the armhole itself. So in order for you to form the armhole, you guys should remember whatever your shoulder divided by 2 plus half is, that is what your armhole length is going to be. Do you understand? And our own is how many? 7.5. So make sure you mark out 7.5. After you are done doing that, please make sure you mark out a horizontal line. Okay, so now that we have done it, next thing we are going to be doing now is we are going to form the armhole curve. In order to form the armhole curve, here that the two lines are meeting, both the horizontal and the vertical, using both the vertical and horizontal, make sure you place your tape like this diagonally and mark out how many? 1 inch. Are you seeing it? Now get the midpoint from here down to here. We have 7.5. That means the midpoint is supposed to be 3.75. Are you seeing it? So next thing you are going to do is to draw out your armhole curve. In order to do that, it's very simple. Take your curve or whatever you want to use and draw the curve. Take it and place, then do the curve direct this way. Are you seeing it? Okay, there's something else remaining. It is not compulsory at this time, but I have to do it in order to show us, and that is called the armhole effect. Do you understand? This armhole effect, another name for it is armhole darts. What is the essence of this? I'm imputing this. We do it so as to make sure the armhole region is relaxed and okay. Sometimes you notice that so many persons, their armhole region is squeezed and rumpled. So in order to avoid that, make sure you apply the armhole effect. So now in order to apply it, remember we already have the midpoint. Are you seeing it? So from this midpoint, make sure you step back with 1/2 inch to 3/4. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be using 3/4. Are you seeing it? Okay, so when you are done doing that, you now have this point, you have this point, and you have this point. You have to connect it with your curve. So in order to do that, I'll be working with my broomstick. Are you seeing it? Then you connect it down to here. This is the armhole effect. So now that we are done with this, next thing we are going to do is we are going to construct the neck. And you know, for you to construct the neck, you need what we call the neck block. What is the neck block? As it sounds, the neck block is neck width and the neck depth. So the neck width you want is dependent on you or dependent on the design which your customer gave to you. Do you understand? So when you look at the picture, you see how wide the neck is. So that is what will help you to choose the kind of neck width you need. Let's say for the sake of this particular tutorial, the neck width which we are going to be using is how many? 4 inches neck width. Are you seeing it? And the neck depth is how many? 4 inches. Are you seeing it? Now look at why we call it neck block. Look at it. When you have the neck width, are you seeing it? Then you have the neck depth. It forms a what? A block. Okay. So the next thing we are going to do now is the same thing we did here in order to form the curve. That is what we are going to do here. Do you understand? But if you notice what we did here, we use how many? 1 inch diagonally. In this case, whenever you are making anything that is wide or canoe neck, you don't use 1 inch. You use from 1.5 to 2 inches. So for the sake of this particular tutorial, I'm going to be using 1.5. Are you seeing it? So next thing you need to do is to connect with your curve. Now let's connect, guys. Okay, are you guys seeing it? It's coming out very, very well. Are you seeing it? Okay, so the next thing we need to do now, right now, is to impute the circumference of our blouse. Do you understand? So let's start from the bust to impute the circumference. Let's start from the bust. So there's something I want to teach you guys. You can either start from the bust. Are you seeing it? You can either start from the bust like this, or you can start from the upper bust, that is the chest line. Are you seeing it? Either way, it's very much correct. So let's do something. Let me start from the chest line this way. So I can still impute my bust measurement from the chest line. That is what I mean. So let's say the bust is 35. Do you understand? So let me impute it from the chest line. It is the same thing as imputing it from here. So 35 divided by is going to be how many? 8 3/4 bar. 35 divided by 4 is 8 3/4. So make sure you mark out 8 3/4. Then impute your body measurement. Please, you can use from 2 inches to 3 inches. Do you understand? Remember, if you need enough, if it is not enough on the pattern paper, you can still add when you are placing it on your material. So for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be using 2 inches. Are you seeing it? Okay. So this is it. It's just like the same thing as this. Do you understand? Okay, so let's now impute our underbust or the waistline. Please, whichever place you impute, whichever place you use to form your shape is very, very okay by me. But for the sake of this particular tutorial, I'm going to be imputing on all of them. So let's do that, guys. Now let's impute at the. Now look at it. From here, the underbust is 20. The underbust is 30. Underbust circumference, that is 7.5. Are you seeing it? Remember, you need to replace this 2 inches that is here. That is extra 2 inches, and you need to impute your 2 inches allowance. But that is how many? Look at it. Remember, I used 2 inches, so it's still the same 2 inches I'm using. So now let's do the same thing at the waist length. The waist length is 29. That is 7 1/4. Are you saying it? Plus extra what? 4 inches. Are you saying it? Okay. Then here, which is the blouse hip, is how many? 36, which is 9 inches. Are you saying it? Then plus how many? 4 inches. So if you guys know where the 4 is coming from, the 4 is coming from 2 inches here and 2 inches extra. Okay, so the next thing we need to do now is to use our rule to connect all of them. Now look at it. Let's connect. Are you seeing it? Then you connect this side. So you can either connect this side with your straight rule or with your curve, whichever one. Do you understand? With your straight rule or with your curve. Nonsense. Let me hold it. Okay. Okay, so as you guys can see, look at it here. Are you seeing it? Okay, so what next are we going to be doing now? Let's just give it a curve. Do you understand? Let's just give it, based on it is just a normal blouse, so let's give it a curve. So in order for you to give it a curve, next thing you need to do is to step up by 2 from here, which is exactly here. Then next thing is for you to connect it to this particular point. Do you understand? Okay, so look at it here. You can just keep it like this and connect. Are you guys seeing it? Is it hard? It's not hard in any way. Okay, so by me looking at this, you will notice that we are 100% done with the front part of our straight dart bustier. So guys, now that we are done with the straight dart bustier, the front part, so it's now time for us to convert it to a corset bustier. Do you understand? Like I told you guys, corset bustier is just straight dart bustier that is detached from the underbust. Then we now attach it back. Do you understand? Nothing else. So it depends on the way in which you detach it from the underbust. Sometimes, have you guys noticed that not all corsets look like the normal corset? Let me show you guys something. Sometimes you see some corsets. Wait, our normal corset is usually, our normal corset is usually this way, but something like this. So that's our normal corset. But have you ever seen a corset that is not divided this way? It just came all the way from the down part like this. Have you guys seen it? Let me draw it again so as for you guys to really understand what I mean. Most of us don't really understand this thing called corset. Okay, see what I mean? Let's say we have something like this. Then from here is detached and attached at the same time. Don't people know that this is a corset also? Do people think that corset must be divided like this, like a spectacle? No. There are different types of corsets. Don't you people know that when it comes to ready to wear dresses, haven't you people seen those dresses that are gathered in a way like this? Haven't you people seen it? It's attached at the down part, it's gathered. Sometimes you even see it as what is it called? Alter neck, gathered this way. That is also a corset. A corset must not even be padded. Do you understand? So I just want you guys to understand the basics of this corset. Okay, so what we are going to be doing now on this straight dart bustier is, please, I want you to just relax your mind. Take it as if you are making your normal dress. Ask yourself, okay, you guys already know this is the first neckline, but we need a second neckline. It can be sweetheart, it can be straight one, it can be v-neck, anyone you want. So the second neckline, you ask yourself, see what I mean by the second neckline, guys? Look at it. This is the first neckline. Are you seeing the second neckline? Okay, that is the one when you mark, you will now have the yoke as the upper part. Okay, now ask yourself, how many inches do you normally use that will help you get your right fitting at the center? How many inches? Sometimes some persons use 8 inches, some persons use 9 inches. What I mean is, if you want your cleavage to show, let's say you love your dress when your cleavage show, how many inches is that you are going to be using? Do you understand? So for the sake of this particular tutorial and for this particular customer, I'm going to be using 8.5. Do you understand? Okay, now look at it from here. From here, I'm going to be measuring out how many? 8.5. Are you seeing it here? Look at it here. Okay, 8.5. So what I'm trying to do now, I'm trying to create a yoke. Do you understand? So since I'm trying to create a yoke, look at it. Yoke mostly comes this way. It's either it comes as off shoulder. Are you seeing it? Or it comes as a tube. Look at it. Are you guys seeing what I'm doing now? Please, here is very, very important. So you need to pay attention, because if what you are copying is not too necessary, just use your eyes and your brain and understand this thing. Because if you are copying as if maybe probably you are copying corset, like corset is a very complicated course, let me copy everything, you might end up not getting it. I said this is the normal way which you make your other dresses. You guys remember when you did off shoulder bar? This is exactly what you have. Are you seeing it? This thing is not related to corset in any way. It's a normal yoking system or yoke system. Do you understand? Now look at it. So which one do you want us to use? Do people want us to use the tube type, or do you want us to use the off shoulder type? Off shoulder. Which one? Okay, is that what you want? Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Okay, so let's use the off shoulder method. But I want you guys to know something. Most cases, what many people consider as a corset is not the off shoulder part one. Hope you guys know. What they consider as corset is usually the one that comes this way, which is the tube method. But in this particular class, I'm going to be teaching us the one which most of you have chosen, which is the off shoulder method. Now look at it now. From here, are you seeing it? Connect it to here. Now, so many people will be asking, how do we choose where it's going to be landing from here? This depends on the design, or depends on how you want to close your body. Do you understand how you want your body to be closed? Now, look at what I mean. When you measure from here down to here, are you seeing it? What do I have here? 5. Most people use 5 for it. Do you understand? Have you people heard now when they are doing off shoulder, most people always want to use how many? 5 as the off shoulder. That is where the off shoulder is going to be starting. Do you understand? They usually use 5. Some people use 6. This is exactly dependent on what you want. But for the sake of this particular tutorial, I'm going to be using 5. That is exactly where I've pointed already. Are you seeing it? So look at it now. Now from here, just connect. Just connect. Don't stress yourself. Are you seeing it? Connect it this way. Connect it. This is like a sweetheart method. Are you seeing it? Okay. Now that we have connected it, it means we have gotten our yoke. Are you seeing it? So what is the next thing we need to do? We need to formally form the corset itself. So in order to form the corset, like I've told you people, we are going to be detaching it from this particular one. Now that we have gotten this particular one, for those that want to make their own to be in tube form, it is, if you want your yoke to be in tube form, not off shoulder going here, like I've said, look at it from here down to here. Are you seeing it? Okay, so it's very simple. So next thing we need to do now is to separate it from the underbust. Now look at it. It's very simple. You have to ask yourself, first of all, you guys normally know that space that usually in corset, but that space is 1/2 inch. Are you seeing it? You mark it out. Look at it, 1/2 inch. Are you seeing it? Next thing you need to do is to use your corset. So guys, look at it. We have to connect this just like our corset. Do you understand? So use your corset. Look at, are you seeing it? Connect it this way. Now look at what I'm doing very well. Before some people will go and do their own will be as if you are joining like this. No, it's not like that. Look at it. Look at it. Are you seeing there is a base here? There is a base here. It's not coming so straight. Now look at it. Place it like this. Okay, place it like this. Then you connect it this way. Are you seeing it? Towards this side. Is it clear? Are you people seeing it? Okay, so next thing we need to do the same thing here. But what do we do now? Look, I want to show you guys something. What I have here is how many as the bust span? 3.5. Are you seeing it? You need to add extra 1 inch to it, making here how many? 4.5. The reason is because this side part of the bust helps to cover your bust very well. Do you understand? If you notice when you're wearing a dress, you notice that the side part of your bust is the part that if you are not careful, all your whole body will show. Do you understand? Your bust will show, your breast will show. So that's why we are added extra 1 inch to it. So next thing we need to do is to do the same thing. So place it like this and connect. From here, connect it. Are you seeing it? Okay, then I'm going to take my straight rule. From here, I'm going to be connecting it down to this very side. Look at it. From here, connect it down to here. Okay, let me show you guys something. Is either you connect it from here now, connect it down to here, or you just connect it straight. Look at what I mean by straight. When you take it like this, when you take it like this, are you seeing that it's straight now? Connect it straight. Connect it straight. Have people seen it? Now that I've connected it straight, you can see what is remaining here. Are you seeing it? It's still very much okay. So guys, now that we are done with constructing the front part of this bustier. Let me also show you people, like for those that want to make it a 3-piece. If you notice, this is a 2-piece. Look at it, 1 and a 2. Are you seeing it? So if you want to make it a 3-piece, there's something you have to do. There are 2 ways which you can make it a 3-piece, but let me show you guys the one that I want to use. Look at it. From here, are you seeing it? I want you to do something. You can use 2 inches from here to here. Are you seeing it? 2 inches. Why to this particular point? I want you to use how many? 2.5. Are you seeing it? What I want people to do is, with a curve, in a curvy way, just connect it. Look at it. Connect it this way. Are you seeing it? I'm just trying to make sure that it looks like what we have on the board. Do you understand? Okay, so look at it. So when we finish now, we are going to be cutting this side out separate. Are you seeing it? And these 2 now look at what it is now. 1, 2 and there 3. Okay, so let's cut it out. Let's first of all remove our yoke. Do you understand? Let's first of all cut out the neck of the yoke. Okay, then after that you now remove the yoke. Look at it. Now for you to remove this yoke, if you want your yoke to still remain stable, take a sellotape. Do you understand? And hold it before you cut it out. Are you seeing it? Okay, now cut it out, guys. This is your yoke. Are you seeing it? Your yoke, you have cut out your yoke. Then now look at this one. Are you seeing it? You can now expand it. Go ahead to do your cutting. So let's do our cutting. This corset, are you seeing it? The 2-piece. Are you seeing it? 1, 2. But in order to complete the 3-piece, in order to do the 3-piece, all you have to do is to use your hand and cut off this particular one. Are you seeing it? Then cut it off. Now look at it, guys. Cut it off. I know most of us will be like, it's no longer 3 pieces, it's how many? 4 pieces. But that's not all. There's something you need to do. Immediately do this before even the breeze or air blows it out. Okay, take these 2 like this. Are you seeing it? Make sure they are equal like this. See, they must be equal. Okay, remember, hope you guys know there is a dart on this now. There is actually a dart, so hold it like this. Make sure they are equal like this. Are you seeing it? And make sure you are still you still perfected the dart. There is a dart around here. Are you seeing it? Now look at it. Use your gum and there hold it. Are you seeing it? So it has now become how many? 1. It has now become 1. So that is it. So we now have 1, 2 and a 3. So we now have our 3-piece. So this is the front part. Look at it. Are you seeing it? This is the front part. Okay, so let's say we are going to be using lacing at the back. So all you have to do is to get your material. You guys know that if you are not using any zip, it means that you are not going to be adding your 2 inches zipper allowance. Hope you guys are aware of that. Okay, so what we need to do now is look when you connect these 2, are you seeing it? Look at it. You connect it, you just take your tape and hold it and place it. Do you understand? But there's something I really want you guys to say. Okay, let's use it like that. Let's do it like that, so that it will be very, very easy to understand. Take your tape and look at it. Take your tape and hold it this way. Take this one and also place this way. Place it equally, excluding the allowance. Do you understand? Okay. Okay, now take it and place this way. Okay, so look at it, guys. Now when it gets to this side see what I want you guys to do. Just do as if you have gotten a straight line like this, like from here. Are you seeing it? Now look at it. Mark it out. Mark something out here. See what I mean? It is a straight line. Are you seeing it? So from here you need to enter in, you understand, with whatever you want to use to make your own V. Do you understand? Okay, like let's say for like how many? Okay, let's say you want to use like 2 inches. Are you seeing it? Look at it, the 2 inches. Are you seeing it? Okay, so do 2 inches from here down to here. Is that well understood? 2 inches. So at the end of the day, you cut it out this way. Are you seeing it? You have cut it out. So the same thing goes to the back. Exactly the same thing goes to the back. Now look at the back. Remember, this thing is this way. Are you seeing it? There's something I want you to do. Remember, this one now is this way. Now look at it. It is this way, just like this. So what I want you to do is, look at it. What I want you to do is, wait, place it equally here. Are you seeing it? When you place it equally here, do something for me. It's more like use this one to draft the shape of the other one. So at the end of the day, what we have at our back should be this shape as the yoke. So for those that want to use, now look at it. For your back neck, we are going to be stepping down with how many? Let's say with 2 inches. Do you understand? Now let's say this is 2 inches. So make sure you do your curve this way. Are you seeing it? Okay. Okay. Now look at it, guys. Look at the front. See, for the front, are you seeing it? This one is for the front, and this one is for the back. Do you understand? For the front and for the back. Now look at this particular one. I know some of us might be looking at it, and sometimes you notice something like this one, it seems as if it's wider, but it's because we have not finished coupling our dress. As you're coupling your dress, there are so many manipulations we do on a dress just to make it get to the how it's supposed to be. That is why we also have sewing practical. Do you understand? So when we are sewing, when we are doing the stitching, then you get to see some other things we do. Do you understand? There's no big deal there. Okay, so this is the back. Are you seeing it? And this is the front. So for those of us that will be like, what if I want to do those ones that you know, those ones that are like this? Look at it. Those ones that we have something like, see. Do you know those ones that are connected this way, like this now? Keyhole. Yes. What if we want to do a keyhole? It's just very simple to what I've just done now. Are you seeing it? This is actually a keyhole. Now look at it. From here, you just do something like this. Are you seeing it? Stop it anywhere you want to stop it, depending on where you want it to be. Do you understand? Now look at something like this. Then you go ahead to use your scissors and cut it out. Yeah. Are you guys seeing it? Look at it here. The back. Look at the front. Is that clear? Okay. Now there's something else I want to teach you guys. This is the last thing I want to teach you guys on this. Okay, so what I want to teach you guys at the back is, look, remember this back is complete, excluding the 2 inches allowance, but it's not supposed to be complete since we are using lacing. We are supposed to remove something. You guys will know that one. Yes, now if you couple this cloth, there's no opening where you fix your lacing, so you need to make an opening, and that opening we must remove something. So let's say I want my opening of my lacing to be at least 4 inches. It means I'm going to be removing how many? 2 inches here. Do you understand? So that when you add the left and the right, at the end of the day you get how many? 4 inches. Look at it here. So all you have to do is to use your scissors and cut it out. Are you seeing it? Your back now remains small. So when you place both of them, you now see gap at the center part. Do you understand? It's very simple. Is there any question? We are 100% done. It's remaining the sewing part.
Welcome to the Perfect Dress Cutting Guide, a masterclass from Ceefashion Academy in dressmaking with detailed instructions and expert advice. Embark on this journey to create your own piece. Unearth the enigmatic secrets of flawless dress cutting techniques. Imbue charm with your personal touch and unique creations, captivating undivided attention. Get bonus content from renowned fashion designers inside this guide, your craft to rival professional designs. Access the Perfect Dress Cutting Guide anytime, anywhere. Discover a world of fashion at your fingertips. Just a click away, your dreams await. Get an early bird discount on the Perfect Dress Cutting Guide. Embrace creativity, elegance, step into a world of creativity and elegance. Unleash your sewing prowess, harness your creativity, ignite your imagination, design, stitch and craft. Make something extraordinary. WhatsApp us now for yours, +2 347 030 445 028. God bless you all.